Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I started the streaming. Hare Krishna
Okay.
devotees, welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we are very fortunate to have the association of His Grace Suvinya Nityananda Prabhu, who will be sharing the nectar from Srimad Bhagavatam, canto number 5, chapter number 8, sloka number 27. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, over to you Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavasana. Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Let us start with the prayers.
Can you move the camera a little bit, Prabhuji? I think you are a little bit away from screen.
Is it okay, Prabhu?
Yeah, it is okay, Prabhu. Yes.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadankitam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Shadvaitam Shavadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhishcha Krupa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunvadi Paschata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Vire Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtuki Makam Karoti Vachalam Pangur Langayate Girim Yat Pabam De Shri Gurum Dinataram Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I'll share my screen. Today's shloka we are discussing from 5th canto, 8th chapter, 27th shloka. Tadanim api parashva vartinam atmajan ivanushutoshochatam apivikshamano mruga eva bhini vista mana visrajjalokam imam saha mrugena kalevaram mrutam anuna mruta Janmanusmritir Pitaravan Mruga Shariram Avapo. Synonyms. Meaning, Tadanim, at the time, Api, indeed, Parashvavartinam, by side of his deathbed, Atmajam, his own son, Iva like, Anushochatam, lamenting, Avivikshamana, seeing, Mruge, in the deer, Eva, certainly, Abhinevishta Manaha, his mind was absorbed, Visraja, giving up, Lokam, world, Imam, this, Saha, with, Lugena, the deer, Kalevaram, his body, Mritam, died, Anu, thereafter, Na, not, Mrita, destroyed, Janma Anusmriti, remembrance of the incident before his death, Itaravrat, like others, Mrugasharira, the body of deer, Avapa, got. So this is an important shloka, and you see the meaning. At the time of death, the king saw that deer was sitting by his side exactly like his own son and was lamenting his death. At the time of death, the king saw the deer that was sitting by his side exactly like his own son and was lamenting his death. Actually, the mind of king was absorbed in the body of the deer, and consequently, like those bereft of Krishna consciousness, he left the world, the deer and his material body, and acquired the body of a deer. However, there was one advantage. Although he lost his human body and received body of deer, he did not forget the incidents of his past life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. I'll quickly read the purport and see the themes what are covered by Prabhupada here. There was a difference between Bharat Maharaj acquiring a deer's body and others acquiring different bodies, according to their mental condition at time of death. After death, everyone forgets everything that has happened in their past lives. But Bharat Maharaj did not forget. According to Bhagavad Gita, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajate anta kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavita. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain without fail. After quitting his body, a person gets another body according to his mental condition at time of death. At death, a person always thinks of subject matter in which he has been engrossed during his life. According to this law, because Bharat Maharaj was always thinking of deer and forgetting his worship of Supreme Lord, he acquired the body of a deer. However, due to his having elevated to topmost platform of devotional service, he did not forget the incidents of his past life. This special benediction saved him from further deterioration. Due to his past devotional activities, he became determined to finish his devotional service even in the body of deer. It is therefore said in the verse, Mrutam, although he had died, Anu, afterwards, Na Mruta, Janmanu Smritir Ita Ravat. He did not forget the incidents of past life as others forgot them. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Karmani Niradati Kintu Cha Bhaktin Bhajam. It is proved herein that due to grace of Supreme Lord, a devotee is never vanquished due to his willful neglect of devotional service. A devotee may be punished for a short time, but he again revives his original devotional service and return home back to God. Very important shloka, very much three themes are covered here by Prabhupada and the purport. First theme is a devotee never perishes. Second theme is how we should leave this body. And the third theme is how we should, what are the hindrances that come while leaving the body? How we should not leave the body, or what we should take care before leaving the body or while leaving the body. So those are the three themes that are broadly covered by Prabhupada here. Let us look one by one. I have some 3 slides which I prepared, which I'm flashing. So first theme is a devotee never perishes. Name bhakti pranashyati. Lord Krishna says boldly in Bhagavad Gita that his devotees never perish. Ideal example here is Bharat Maharaj. So you should actually see the history of Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj was a great empire, a great emperor. Emperor means he was ruling all the world, all of the world, the whole world was his kingdom. And when he was ruling, the kingdom was prosperous. There was no trouble, there was no problem. There was enough rainfall, enough food grains, enough minerals, enough jewels, and people were happy. Normally, when you are atop of pyramid like the Bharat Maharaj, when the kingdom is growing very well, when abundant natural resources and an abundant devotional service is performed by the prajas, naturally one would like to extend this ruling of the kingdom. But Bharat Maharaj didn't do that. So the moment he realized kingdom is running very well, there are no problems, then he decided to take up Vanaprastha. Not that after 50 or 60 years he decided to take up Vanaprastha, but he decided to take up Vanaprastha at a very young age. So he called his sons and told he's taking Vanaprastha and they should take over the ruling of the kingdom. And then he just walked out of the kingdom and entered in the forest for performing devotional service. See, an aspect we should really consider is amount of renunciation Bharat Maharaj had. He was emperor of the whole world and he had entire wealth of the whole world at his disposition. And still, he was not attached to that and he completely renounced voluntarily. Not that somebody asked him, like Vidura asked the Dhritarashtra to renounce voluntarily and go off. He chastised Dhritarashtra. Then only Dhritarashtra was able to understand and went away from Yudhishthira's house. But Bharat Maharaj is not that case. Nobody chastised him. Nobody asked him. It was out of his own will and love towards Lord that he left the entire opulent kingdom and went away into forest. He never saw back also. Analogy Shukdev Goswami gives is just like a person discharges a stool and walks away from it without seeing back. Bharat Maharaj also did the same thing. He did not actually even at one moment think of his kingdom or his family once he entered the forest. So that much renunciation he had in his heart. Unfortunately, what happened due to this deer incident, he took or adopted the deer and started taking care and started neglecting his focus on devotional service. And here, what happened is, well, leaving his body, unfortunately, he had this bhava of a deer. He had the attachment on this deer. He had walked out from the opulent kingdom. That attachment he was able to remove. But unfortunately, in the forest, he developed the attachment for the deer. And at the time of death, since he had attached to that deer, constantly remembered the deer, was sitting beside him like the son and lamenting for his death. And unfortunately, that entered into his heart and mind. Anusmritir, Smritir. And then he left the body. And rules are rules. Krishna says the rules are MM Vapi Smaran Bhavam. Prabhupada quotes that MM Vapi Smaran Bhavam. The rules are rules. So whatever state you leave your body, that is whatever state of the mind you remember something, MM Vapi Smaran Bhavam, you get that body. And simple, Bharat Maharaj was remembering deer and he got the deer body. But Lord, here comes Lord's mercy. That is where Lord's mercy is causeless. The rules are rules. He got the body of deer. But Lord mercy is, Lord gave him the mercy, awarded that mercy of, hey, you can remember your past life. Because Lord appreciated his renouncement. Lord appreciated his renouncement and going of the opulent kingdom, he went away. How many people will walk away? Leave opulent kingdom. People are not ready to walk away from homes. People are not ready to walk away from positions. People are not ready to walk away from power. People are not ready to walk away from money. People are not ready to walk away from relationships. But Bharat Maharaj entirely walked away at a very young age when he was at peak. Now we see in Kali Yuga, people are very much attached to a small, insignificant thing also. Bharat Maharaj was not even attached to opulent kingdom and very good sons. He was not attached at all. But when we reflect in this Kali Yuga, we are attached to even small, small things. House, and we are attached to that house. We give birth to children, and we attach to too much attached to the children. We take a position in office, we are too much attached to that position. We have seen incidents where politicians or high administrative people in those positions are not willing to give up power. So those small things also get people very much attached. But here was Bharat Maharaj, who renounced the most opulent and exorbitant kingdom, extended kingdom, entire earth was his kingdom. He renounced that. So Lord's mercy acted on him. Hey, you have done so much. Yes, there is an incident that he got attached to. It's okay, fine. You fell down. It's okay, I'll award you the mercy. And he awarded the mercy of him remembering past life. So the moment that was awarded, even in the body of devotion, even in the body of deer, Bharat Maharaj is able to remember. Bharat Maharaj was able to remember. What he was able to remember? Hey, I was a king. I didn't get attached to that opulent kingdom. I had many sons who were obedient and devotional. I did not get attached to them. And I went back to forest and performing devotional service, and still I got attached to deer. That's a mistake I did. And once you know your mistake, you start repenting for it prior and will not commit again that mistake. And Bharat Maharaj performing devotional service in that body only. How he started performing, we will see in later chapters, wonderful narrations. But we should see how he was renounced, He renounced opulence, how much renouncement he had, and unfortunate incident happened, and how he got the body of deer due to rules of the Lord. But Lord's mercy acted on him because he was a devotee. He renounced and came back to Lord for performing devotional service, taking Vanaprastha. And Lord awarded him the mercy of he remembering past life incident. Similarly, we see in Bhagavatam two more analogies. Ajamila, when he was very small kid, he used to perform devotional service. He used to assist his father by getting the flowers. When he grew up to youthful age, he also performed worship of the Lord. Since he was a born Brahmana, he knew how to worship Lord, and he used to perform Archana very well. Again, in life of devotee, a small incident, the deviation incident, happened where he happened to saw a prostitute and got attracted to her and got attached to her. At the time of death, very fortunately, because he had done the devotional service, he had named his son, youngest son, as Narayana and called for him. And here Lord's mercy acted again. He was calling his son, but Lord thought, Narayana, Narayana. To fear of Yamarajas, Ajmila was calling Narayana, Narayana. And Lord responded, reciprocated, hey, he's calling my name. Vishnu Duta, you should go and get it. See, Lord's mercy acts on devotees. Well, in this material world, there are faults, there are dangers. We may get attracted, just like Achamila got attracted. But Lord will not forget. And Lord sent Vishnu Dutas. Vishnu Dutas were convinced Yamadutas and sent away. And Vishnu Dutas told Vajamila, hey, your devotional service to Lord is topmost. And they gave another chance. Why don't you continue the devotional service? Did not I take away this body, but they told, a continue devotional service and then realize the Lord. And then will come back to the destination Vaikuntha. So Lord's mercy again acts once you perform devotional service. Similar example in Bhagavatam, another example is Gajendra. Gajendra was also Indradrumya. Indradrumya also was a very great king, had a very great empire, similar to Bharat Maharaj. And he came to forest at a time, at that time when he was in peak, and started performing devotional service. An unfortunate incident happened. He did not respect a Vaishnava, Agatsya Muni, who came. And unfortunately, he was cursed. But Lord again did not forget him. He provided the memory of past incident. Not entire memory, but at least some prayers, what he told in the previous life, he could remember. And when he was in danger and was about to leave the body, crocodile was about to drag him into water for millions of years of fight. He was able to remember, hey, that some prayer and some supreme is there. He did not have a conception of Vishnu or Krishna, but he had a conception, he got some prayer or some entity is there, supreme. I'll pray. That's where Gajendra prayers are there in Bhagavatam. He prayed. And Lord, who was sleeping in Vaikuntha alongside Lakshmi, ran and came to take him back to Vaikuntha. So the key theme here is Ame Bhakta Pranashyati. Devotee never perishes. It's a solace we should have in practical world here. We continue to do devotional service, even though it may not be perfect, it may not be ideal, it may not be as per the strict rules and regulations, because we have material body and we are in an age which is defective age, and we got human body, but this human body, as Sutta Goswami says, Prayen alpa ayusha sabhya asmin yuge janaha manda sumanda matayos manda bhagyahi upadritaha. In Kali Yuga, the people, even though they get a human body that is having 5 defects, Prayan Alpa Ayusha, it is having low lifespan. Earlier, people used to live 1 lakh years in Satyuga. Now, the maximum age is 100 years. And that's the maximum age. And we are seeing people now dying at 70, 60, 40, 30. And as Kali Yuga Padas progress, the lifespan also decreases drastically because of the food we eat, the habits we have, the lifestyle we follow, and the amount of godlessness we have towards the society has towards God. The lifespan will even decrease. So first is lower lifespan. Prayen alpa ayusha sabhya kalau asmin yugeja manda. We are very lazy. We use technology for everything. If you remember, when we were kids or in the previous generation, there was, when television was introduced, people used to get up and switch on the television and get up and switch and manually switch on the channels. As time progressed, remote was invented, and there was no more walking towards TV. Just where you are, you just switch on and change the channels at will. And even when the time was advanced, they did not have a TV at all. You have the Kali Purusha in the mobile, and you see everything and get attached to mobile. And nothing. It's called manda, lazy. We became very lazy. And we'll continue to Prayan Alpa Ayusha Sabhyakalo Asmin Yugeja, Manda, Sumanda. Not only lazy, Sumanda, we become misguided. We become easily misguided. Hey, somebody says, I will promise you this, please get me onto power. We blindly believe, get that person to power and suffer. Somebody says, hey, do this, you'll get this. We blindly do not question. We blindly do that. We easily become misguided. And somebody says, hey, you work like ass, you will get promotion. We do that. You work like ass and do this, you get money, we easily get misguided. Manda sumanda manda bhagya hi upadrichaha. Manda bhagya means we are unlucky. Manda bhagya is unlucky. Whatever we are doing, whatever we take, that will be reverse for us. We are unlucky. Whatever endeavor we take, the result will not be as expected, but it will have counter results. Upadrisha always are disturbed. There's no peace. We are always anxious, stress. So even though we have human body, even though we have an opportunity, but since we are born in Kali Yuga, these are the 5 defects what we have. Lower lifespan, laziness, misguided, unlucky, and disturbed. So where in these 5 attributes, these 5 characteristics, where do we get to remember the Lord? Office Parampam. So opportunity is there for us. So keep on doing devotional service. It may not be perfect. It may not be as per scriptures, but we should keep on performing devotional service. And like Gajendra, like Bharat Maharaj, like Ajmila, definitely Lord's mercy will flow. Neha Vikramanasosti Pratyayuna Vidyate Swalpamapi Yasya Dharmasya Trayato Mahatopayat. Swalpamapi Yasya Dharmasya. Whatever capacity we have, we know we have lower capacity. Because we are attracted by everything. Doesn't matter, but we have Swalpamapi Yasya Dharmasya. Try to attend a Mangalarti program. Try to chant. Try to follow 4 regulative principles. Try to eat prasadam. Try to read Prabhupada books. So if you follow Trayato Mahato Bhayat, we will be saved from the most feared thing. Definitely show mercy on us. So to know we should continue perform devotional service, even though many faults are there, even though many things we may do, we should continuously do devotional services. We should not. Then it will attract Lord's mercy. We may fall down, like what Bharat Maharaj fell down from a body of human being. He got body of deer, but Lord's mercy acted on. Like Gajendra, Indrudumya got body of elephant, but Lord's mercy acted on. Ajmila fell down, married a prostitute, but Lord's mercy will act in us. So similarly, Lord's mercy will act on us once we perform devotional service and not leave it. So that is the first scene. Devotee never perishes. Lord's mercy will act on him, provided that he continues to do devotional service. So in the clips I was listening to Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Vandanarpan, and one disciple of his was saying, Maharaj asked only one thing. Will you never leave ISKCON? And once they promised, he used to give initiation. So that means what Maharaj is also trying to stress is, hey, continue to perform devotional service. Associating with ISKCON, being in ISKCON means you are continue to perform devotional practices until the day comes. So it is very important to continue to do devotional service. There, see, inherently we have faults. We are born in Kali Yuga means we are already have faults. And we will fall down. But we'll have to again climb back by performing devotional service. We'll do that. We'll fall down, we'll climb back. We'll do it. We cannot, well, all cannot achieve perfection, but at least we'll strive for perfection. And that acts the Lord. And definitely, Lord's mercy will act on us. That's the first thing. Here, devotee never perishes. Next, we'll see, we saw how we should not leave the body, right? How we should not get attached to somebody, or not, we should not behave badly to Vaishnavas and get cursed. Not get attracted to material allurement like Ajmila did. How we should leave the body. So there are various examples in Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and real world examples live in ISKCON also. So Bhishma Dev, this entire chapter dedicated to Bhishma, how he left the body. In Bhishma Dev, prepared to leave the body, how he left. Actually, he was in a battleground. Now the battle has finished. What will be the surrounding environment, you know? There will be corpses. Dead and decay corpses. There will be decaying. There will be injured soldiers who would have lost one leg, one hand, or both hands, screaming with pain. And there will be family members of those soldiers who had left crying, sobbing. Imagine the place, how it will be. It is not like Smashanam. Smashanam means there will be, at least graveyard means there will be only graves, only they will just last rites and go off. But in a battleground, that's not the case. There will be corpses. There will be wolves or animals eating those corpses, vultures, sobbing, crying. There will be soldiers who are injured, who is nowhere to take care, who will be screaming. In that environment, Bhishma Dev had to leave the body. Can you imagine the pain Bhishma Dev was going through? All his arrows, all the arrows of Arjuna had pierced into his body, and all the blood was oozing continuously. The pain, the very much pain itself. So how can we remember Krishna? That's next to impossible, right? But Bhishma Dev did that. And Lord's mercy acted again. Lord saw this from Hastinapur. And Pandavas, Yudhishthira Maharaj particularly, hey, you have won the war now. Go and take Rajniti from the great Bhishma. Actually, the main purpose was, Lord Krishna wanted to be present when Bhishma Dev was leaving the body. So in the environment which is not conducive for remembering Krishna, Bhishma Dev started remembering Krishna and attracted Krishna. And Krishna saw this and wanted to come to that place and be with Bhishma when he was leaving. See how attracting Krishna is what Bhishma Dev did. In that environment which is not suitable, conducive, he started remembering Krishna. And once Krishna came with Pandavas, describing Bhishma Stuti. It's there in Bhagavatam. He started describing Krishna. He never started describing anybody. He started describing Krishna, seeing him. There were hundreds of demigods, hundreds of devotees. See, while Bhishma Dev was leaving, the demigods themselves, the devotees like Pandavas, sages like Narada, are all present. Such auspicious. And personally, Krishna was present, giving him the darshan. A beautiful face of Krishna, and forgot everything and started glorifying Krishna and his devotees. He glorified Arjuna, he glorified gopis, and Krishna was satisfied fully. At the end of glorification, he left his body. So this is how one should leave the body, fully Krishna conscious, in presence of devotees. So we'll take the example of Haridas Thakur now. Haridas Thakur was of lower birth. He was not allowed into Jagannath Mandir. But that did not deter him from doing the bhakti. He used to stay in a place where Sudarshan Chakra is seen on the Sri Mandir. Sudarshan Chakra is seen, always used to see and chant. And this attracted Mahaprabhu himself. Himself used to get every morning, used to get the prasadam of Jagannath and give it to Haridas Thakur. See, again, the devotional service, seriousness of devotional service attracts Lord's mercy. Lord Chaitanya personally attended to Haridas. And when Haridas Thakur was about to leave the body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally present with him. Like Bhishma Dev, Krishna was personally present. Haridas Thakur, even though he's not a Brahman, people, actually the local Brahmanas accepted him as an outcast. But that didn't deter Haridas Thakur. Also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not care for that. He personally was present. Not only him, the devotees also were present. So similar to Bhishma Dev, Haridas Thakur body with the Lord, seeing the Lord in front of him, and with devotees chanting Harinam. And in a wonderful place like Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham. Haridas Thakur was fully satisfied. And the bhavam he had was remembering the Lord. In his case. And once he left the body, what happened? Lord had great mercy that he took his body, and personally he took his body in his own hands, and stating Harinam, came to Shishore and cremated it. Not many people, or not many devotees have this opportunity of Lord personally be present during the cremation. Ramayana, how Jatayu had this opportunity where he did the last rites. What service he did? He just saw Sita Mata being carried away from Ravana, and he attacked Ravana. He knew, Jatayu 100% knew that Ravana, he could not stop Ravana. Ravana was very much, very powerful. He knew. He could have sat, observed, and he could have waited. When Rama comes, I'll tell him. But Jatayu never did that. He took an effort to save Sita Mata. He took an effort, even though he knew he may lose his life. And Ravana is very powerful and he's not merciful at all. And he's in angry mood. He'll be in angry mood. He personally fought. He went and did that service, saving Sita Mata, trying to save Sita Mata. What he did, and what was the benefit because of this? Ram and Lakshman, Ram personally talked, personally performed, and while leaving the body, Jatayu had the vision of Ram, and Lord performed the last. That is how merciful the Lord is for the devotees. And that is how we should live. Another modern day example is Santa Tukaram. He did devotional service so well. He did not care for his family, relatives, anything. But he continuously performed the seva of the Vittala. At the end of his journey, was one of the few persons who traveled to Vaikunta in this way. So Vishnuduta's person came and took him in a Vimana, in a Pushpaka Vimana, with this mortal body. He went. And it's near Pune. You can see this. There's a place where Vishnudutas came, personally took. And he actually told, okay, everybody bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to Vaikunta. In that body. Normally you leave this body and carry it, but Santa Tukaram's body was carried to Vaikunta. The Lord always. And the Lord devotees were there to the Lord, and he was carried away to Vaikunta. So that is how Santa Tukaram left the body. Or he did not leave actually, he went with the body to Vaikunta. And we have our own Srila Prabhupada, how he left his body. You have seen the videos, video is there on YouTube. A lot of sannyasis, lot of sannyasi disciples, lot of disciples, lot of devotees chanting the holy name of the Lord. And in the Dham, the topmost Dham, the Vrindavan Dham, he's there. And he's being read the Bhagavatam. And then he left his body. A glorious way to leave the body. That too in Vrindavan, while Bhagavatam is going on, while Harinam Sankirtan is going on and surrounded by devotees, that is what Srila Prabhupada also left the body. So we should make an attempt to create that environment while leaving the body. Then MM of is Paran Bhavan. The Bhavam will be of remembering Krishna. See, all these devotees created that Bhavam. Ideally, we should be in some Dham. Like Prabhupada was there in Vrindavan Dham. Haridas was there in Jagannath Dham. So, and we should be surrounded by devotees. And there should be Harinam, either in devotees chanting or we chanting ourselves. That way, we'll attract the mercy of the Lord and we'll go back home, God. I remember these, I quoted some examples, there are examples in Bhagavatam and other scriptures. So this is how one should leave the body. One should not leave the body like getting curse state where we are. That's not the way to leave the body. Otherwise, we'll be like getting another body which is not conducive for our progress. Okay, last theme we want to cover here is Kulashekara describes in Mukundamala of leaving the body. We look at text 33, 37, 40. He states how we will look at 33. This is the translation of Mukundamala. See, this body is made according to Veda. This body is made up of Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So, that is, Vata is air, Pitta is bile, Kapha is mucus. All these three things will choke. This is what Mukunda Kulashekara says. Oh Lord Krishna, at this moment, let the swan of my mind enter the tangled stems of lotus of your feet. How will it be possible for me to remember you at the time of death, when my throat will be choked up with mucus, bile, and air? If all the three are coming in my way, all these things are coming and choke up the holes where the soul cannot escape, how can I remember? It's your mercy only. So you should be aware that Lord's practice Lord's remembrance. Then only we can remember him. Otherwise, physical aspects of it, right? Even though one is healthy, is all the holes, navarandras will be blocked off. So that soul struggles to escape. It will be very painful. In that time, we cannot remember Krishna. So he's praying, hey, the mind should be absorbed in Krishna. Then, lotus feet of Krishna, then we can leave the body. Then we should leave the body. So we should practice for that. In text 37. Again, here, apt for modern day people like us. This body's beauty is fleeting, and at last the body must come after its hundreds of joints have stiffened with old age. So, why bewildered fool are you asking for medication? Just take the Krishna's elixir, the one the cure the ills. Kulashekara is telling here the effects of old age. So old age will come because this body has 4 transformations, right? It takes birth, grows, produces byproduct, becomes old, diminishes, dwindles, ceases to exist. So in that old age comes, yes, there will be the joints that are stiffened everywhere, here pain, there pain, here pain, there pain, this pain, that pain, or this organ is not working, that organ is not working. That is bound to happen, that is natural. Not worry about that. And he's telling, why are you getting medication? Well, you get medication. Nobody's saying you should not get medication. But more importantly, take to the Lord. That also you should take. Nobody is objective to taking medication and getting rid of pain. But you should also take the names of Harina so that it reduces the eternal pain of being in this material body. That is how we should leave the body. And last we'll see 40th. O mankind, with arms raised, I declare the truth. Any mortal who Chunda Simha after day, even in battle or when facing death, will come to his most cherished ambition as no more valuable of block of wood. That means wherever we are leaving the body state, if we chant the names of Mukunda, Narasimha, or Janardana, we will for sure remember him and get rid of all the more ambitions. Our ambitions will not, we will know these ambitions will be no more value than stone or wood. So that is how, be careful. This body will be old, stiffened, should not go beyond. The navarandras will be closed, so it will be very painful. So what we should practice from now only to remember the Lord in our minds. The mind should be trained to remember the Lord. So at the time of death, of the body, gross body, will not affect us, and we will remember Krishna. That is how we should leave this body. That's what Kulashekara says. So we saw 3 themes. First is how devotee never perishes. We saw examples of Bharat Maharaj, Ajamila, and Gajendra. This material world is full of faults. We will be come to faults, but we should not leave devotional service. Lord's mercy will act on us, and He will be. And ideal way of leaving the body in the dham, with the days, with the Harinam chanting, seeing the Lord if you are merciful, that is how we should lead. We saw examples of Bhishma Dev, Haridas Thakur, Santa Tukaram, Srila Prabhupada. And we saw Sharekar explains in Mukundamana how to leave this body. So I conclude this session of Bhagavatam. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki Gurudev jai. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Suvinya, Nityananda Prabhu. Thank you very much for walking us through the key lessons from this sloka, especially from the pastime of Bharat Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhuji. Also very nicely summarized again. So I would like to open the forum for questions from devotees. Devotees, you may please unmute the mic and share the questions or clarifications or comments that you may have.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Santa Tukaram Prabhu. It was very recently, no Prabhu, about few hundreds of years.
Yes.
And how they say the Pushpaka Vimana comes and he lives in that.
Yes, Mataji.
How did he leave the body, Prabhu? Can you just explain the last part of it?
When I went there, this was I heard. So he was chanting the holy names. Santa Tukaram knew that this was the last days. And then the tree is still there. The tree where the Garuda landed, right? With the throne for him to carry. It landed there. And people had assembled in that place. Even Santa Tukaram had gone to that place. So chanting the holy names of Lord Vittala. And actually, Garuda came with the throne, with the Vishnu Duta, and landed, and he bid farewell. Who? Santa Tukaram did farewell. All the devotees gathered there. He entered into the throne and waved and told them to remember Krishna so that they also get the destination. That is how he left the body. In this same body only, he ascended that Vimana back. So that is what I heard, Mataji, when I went to that place.
Yes, Prabhu. We also went, I heard the story, but I just wanted to know is that, in fact, he tells his wife, I believe, to come. But she says she doesn't come. But later, when everybody tells, by the time she arrives there, she sees the Garuda leaving the place. That's what it just heard.
Okay, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. So nice. Wonderful. Dandvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandvat Pranam. Thanks for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Santa Tukaram, they were contemporary, and what is the relationship there?
Chaitanya, I don't know, Mataji, whether they are contemporaries or what's the relationship. I'd have to go back and look at it. I don't know their relationship and interaction between.
Like I heard somewhere that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Santa Tukaram and initiated him, something like that. I wanted to confirm.
Okay, I'm not aware of that, Mataji. I'll look back and get back to you, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, wonderful explanation about how to leave the body. Prabhu, always we hear about these stories, and Ajamla, when Ajamla story comes, no, he was calling Narayana with love and affection about his son, no, Prabhu.
Correct, Mataji.
The conscience is different, no, Prabhu. He is not consciously calling Narayana
Correct.
as Supreme Lord, but how can it connect, Prabhu?
That's a very good question. So that is what the Lord's mercy is. So Ajamila had performed very good devotional service in his childhood and youth. And due to some circumstance, he fell down. So Lord was having this in his mind. Hey, I should help this person. So when he called out Narayana in the deathbed, right? Oh, now is an opportunity. He's calling me. Lord, hey, now is opportunity. He's calling me. No, he's calling his son. People told, actually, Vishnu Dutas tell, he is calling you. But Lord, no, he's calling me. Lord's mercy to help him because he had performed devotional service. And he was a devotee, great devotee. So it's Lord's mercy that he's reciprocated. It's not, Lord, see, that's what, no, Lord never, for a devotee, he never applies that conditioned rules. He may apply, he applied in case of Bharat Maharaj, he gave the body of deer, but he also gave. So in this, in Ajamila's case also, Lord wants to help the devotee to come forward. Like we, examples in ISKCON, also, people go away from ISKCON, but when they realize and come, ISKCON will take it back. The gurus of ISKCON will take back. Okay, we'll forgive and take back the devotees. Similarly, also Lord wants to take back to devotional path. And then he tells, oh, Narayana, when he's calling Narayana, he's calling me. Okay, let me give the reciprocation back. Let me give the mercy. And it's Vishnu Dutas. And Vishnu Dutas tell him, okay, you have now an opportunity, given second opportunity. You prove yourself. You go and do devotional service in Haridwar and you come back. So even though he was calling his son, but Lord's mercy is there. Lord wants him to come to devotional service. That is where Lord reciprocates. That's Lord's mercy, pure mercy of the Lord, because he doesn't want his devotee to fall down. And he's there as a father to become. If your son or daughter does one mistake, you will not disown them, no. You will try to forget that, forgive that, and try to give them another chance. That is exactly what Lord did. And Lord waited for this opportunity. That's
Thank
that
you.
is
Thank
how.
you for the explanation, Prabhu. Dandavat pranams.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Suvinya, Nityananda Prabhu. Thank you very much for a very nice session. Prabhuji, I think in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also tells that those devotees who are remembering me in the last minute of their deportation from this world, I will, take them to the place, his holy abode. And also he says in another place, like where if they are not able to remember me, I will give them the remembrance, or I will remember them.
Correct.
How to understand and apply this for sadhaka devotees like us, Prabhuji?
So there's an example, right? Bhishmadev, right? So Krishna remembered Bhishma in the battlefield. Oh, he's there suffering in the battlefield. And he remembered Bhishmadev, and he told all there gathered, all the Pandavas gathered, hey, you go and take instruction from Bhishmadev. Krishna only could have instructed him, Yudhishthira, right? But he remembered Bhishmadev and he went. So it's Krishna remembering Bhishmadev and going. So the devotional service attracts the Lord. So whoever has performed devotional service, Krishna will not forget. Ajamila also, he did not forget. And he remembered. And once the opportunity came, he told, okay, he sent Vishnu to get him back. So once that was Neha Vikramanashosti, Salma. So you need to Salpa Seva also. And you do least amount of seva to the Lord also. Even though we are not perfect, but we are trying to be perfect. The Lord remembers that. So when Lord says, I will make them remember, this is what that means. I will not forget the devotional service given to me by you. I will ensure that you will come back to me. So that's the solace all of us have. Yes. We are chanting, we are following, trying to follow regulative principles, trying to follow everything. But it's our Guru who will remember, Srila Prabhupada will remember and give us an opportunity for us to go back. So Krishna says, I will make them remember. This is what. In case of Bhishmadev, in case of Ajamila, he will only remember and come because of the devotional service. So key is devotional service. We keep doing devotional service. Various mechanism there. We can remember Krishna, or actually Kula Shekara tells, right, there will be a lot of pain. We cannot remember. Even if we have trained. It's Lord's mercy will make us remember. So just chant his name. That is how I understand.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Of late, we hear that many Prabhupada's devotees, disciples, they are departing, and every time when we hear how they are departing, it's really inspiring, actually.
Yes. Yeah, the auspicious signs are there, Prabhu. When you are leaving body, the auspicious signs will be there. When a pure devotee is leaving, he'll be in a dham, he'll be surrounded by devotees. There will be Harinam going on. Recently, one Pujari left, right, in Mayapur. So he left in the temple, Radha Mata. Right? So that is how. So when devotees leave, you can see those auspicious signs. Definitely, those auspicious signs are present. Definitely, they are going back to God. There is no doubt. There's no rebirth for them. Definitely, they're going. The auspicious signs are, hey, whether they're leaving Dham or not, whether chanting is going on or not, whether they're seeing the Lord personally in the Akshara form or not. So all these things are auspicious. They're going back to Godhead when they're leaving the body. That's what scriptures say also.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
There are no questions from devotees. We can end today's session. Thank you, Prabhuji, again for wonderful nectarian learnings, and then the key learnings that we should apply and inspire from these few devotees' life. Thank you, Prabhuji. We'll end today's session with Vaishnava Pranam. Ancha Kalpatarubhyasya Pasindho Bhajavacha Patithanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाए, जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाए, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाए, जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Thank you, devotees. I will end the Zoom session now.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.